If you want to go to another school, you have to move an hour away. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Not talking about loved ones, dogs, either opportunities. I mean, a real tangible item or anything you qualify as property. That's a really good question. Everyone stare at Ian Zary for asking the first good question of the day. An item I lost that like really, really, really sucked. My first computer hard drive. Chat remembers this. This really sucked. I lost a decade worth of files and memories and videos of my friends that aren't backed up anywhere. Like a decade of memories that only I had the files for, and I was too stupid to make a backup. And whenever I got a new PC, it got corrupted and just wiped everything. And it was abysmally sad and fucked. I had so many old Let's Plays I was going to show for Dono goals in the future. So there's that. I'm trying to think of something better. I remember losing my dad's, it was like a battle coin. In the military, they have challenge coins. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's where you're like, you like flex on the other military men. My dad gave me one of his, and they're like super rare and they're super important to people in the military. And he gave me one because my parents were divorced. It was like to remember him. And I remember as a kid just throwing it around in the yard. And one day I just didn't pick it back up again. And I didn't remember this until like years later. And it upsets me so much that I didn't understand the importance of it and didn't respect it. And I just like threw something like that out in the yard and never remembered to get it back. I cringe at that thought constantly going through life. Constantly. And that got me a follow.
Are giving mother a hard time. Uh-oh. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Not talking about loved ones, dogs, youth, or opportunities. I mean real tangible item or anything you can qualify as property. I think one of the things that comes to mind like instantly is my daddy gave me a necklace, and I'm really upset I lost it because my dad's like I've never gotten a necklace, and I've actually never gotten diamonds. So my dad actually gave me a diamond necklace, and it was real Canadian diamond. Very pretty, very, very pretty. A little teeny little diamond on a nice chain, and I went to the pet store, the gas station, then to my mom's house, and then somewhere along that line, my necklace got pulled, and the pendant snapped off and fell somewhere. I have the chain, I don't have the pendant anymore. Kind of the important part. But yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind right away that I'm upset about losing. I don't usually lose things. I'm usually pretty good at not losing things.
Okay. So a real tangible item that I've lost is I used to, this is going to sound like a little, I don't know, not like silly, but like I'm just kind of bummed. I'm not like, this is the worst thing ever. It's just kind of like, that sucks. But like when I was young, I collected Pokemon cards. And I had like a bunch of them and some really rare ones. And I just got back into like card collecting because it's fun and I enjoy it, and opening packs is fun. And I gave those old ones away and sold it. And there were some really valuable ones that I don't have anymore, which is like a bummer because they would be worth a lot of money, even in like average condition. Wow.
Ian Zary, hello, welcome. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Are we going deep? We going deep now? Not talking about loved ones. Tangible item. Oh, dude, I can think of like I'm like such a sentimental person when it comes to like physical things. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think.
So for now, the PP is inconclusive. Okay.
Oh, not loved ones, dogs, youth, or opportunities. Like an item.
Many minutes later.
What do I regret losing?
6 hours later.
That's a hard question, Ian.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I don't know, to be honest. I've lost a few things. The most common thing, probably umbrellas. Nothing really of value, I don't think. I've never left anything like super big or valuable somewhere. Not that I can think of.
2,000 years later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Oh, wait, no. There was a necklace I lost when I was a kid. It was a necklace I think either my parents or my grandparents gave me. I lost it. It was like made out of real silver or something, and I lost it, and I thought I lost it in the sofa, but we looked everywhere and it wasn't there. And then from that day on, my parents didn't give me anything valuable to wear until I was like 10 or 12, because they didn't trust me because they thought I would lose it. That's the only thing I can think of. Everything else has, I don't think I've ever regretted.
What's the thing that I regret losing the most? That is a physical possession.
Your abs.
No, not my abs. I don't care. I'm happy being a little bit chunky. My
PSP.
Nintendo DSi charger. The charger for my Nintendo DSi. Because I had so much fun playing The Sims 3.
You know I have.
And SimCity. But I ended up losing the charger and I got rid of my DSi.
I have a 3DS.
I don't care.
Okay.
Got rid of all my games too.
No.
Tangible item that you qualify as property. Tangibly, I've never lost anything. Like, zero. Nothing.
Okay, a tangible item that's property. What do I regret losing the most, property-wise? A computer that I had about 10 years ago. I used to do, it was called Windows Live. Do you guys have that? It was actually called MSN before that. So I get all these girls showing me their titties. There's this one Indian chick where her titties were just, oh, man. She just had, like, pretty much the perfect natural boobies. And I just didn't have access to that anymore. It's like, oh, no. What a shame. So that was the first thing that came to mind. But, okay, maybe the house that I grew up in, or one of the houses that I grew up in, really for all the memories that were there. Now, I guess I'll pick that laptop. Thanks. Although the house is worth quite a bit more. So maybe I should pick the house and then sell it. Bill Spy, hello there.
Oh, I don't even know, Ian. It's really deep. I would have to think about that one.
So for now, the PP is inconclusive, okay?
Hi, Ian Zary. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Something tangible, like property. This is gonna sound really silly, but like I lost my little baby pillow in Australia when I was traveling there as a kid. And I'm still sad about it 20 years later.
Damn, yeah, I lost a lot of shit, bro. I lost a lot of stuff. That's hard. I lost a lot of shit. I lost thousands of dollars worth of shit. Like my Metal Gear collectibles. I lost a car. I had limited edition 3DSs that I lost. Limited edition Xboxes. I lost a lot of shit.
Thank you. Okay. Like, lost item? Okay. I lost, like, this $300 watch that someone gave me at, like, the community center when I was in middle school. Like, I don't know why they gave me that watch because I was in middle school. It's like a family friend, and my mom was like, what the heck, why'd you give this to her? And I was like, I don't know. And so I, like, you know, I had this watch for, like, a year or two, and I went swimming at the community center, and I guess I like took it off or something, and someone stole it, and I was just like, what the heck? And then after that, I just like never want to buy expensive jewelry or anything ever again, because I just feel like that's gonna happen.
What's the one thing you regret losing the most? Real tangible item or something you can qualify as property. Interesting question. I don't know if I can think of one. Because I lose like so many things that it's hard to think of specific instances. Probably, I know. This story I wrote in 4th grade that I like printed out a copy of, and I don't know where the printed copy is, and like there's no saved copy. I wish I had it.
It's a one-size-fit-all sweater? Unfortunately not. No. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Nothing. I don't regret anything. No regrets in life. No regrets. Not even one letter. The real one.
Wow. That's nutty. This makes sense now. Everything's coming together. Oh my goodness. First of all, Ian, welcome to the stream. All right. Let's see. Oh, you came in here before with a different interesting question. Cool. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Not talking about loved ones, dogs, youth, or opportunities. I mean like real tangible item or anything you can qualify as property. Interesting. I'm decently good at not losing things, if that makes sense. Like I don't lose things very often. Like the last thing that I lost was maybe like a hair tie a couple months ago, which I'm honestly more impressed that I had it for as long as I did. I do have this chapstick that chapstick I think can only not be lost for like a couple of weeks. Eventually it makes itself disappear. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Iron Chain, for the host. Thank you, I appreciate it. But tangible thing that I regret losing in my lifetime. I don't know, because like I feel like I don't know like what I've lost. I don't even think I've ever lost my keys. I've never lost my phone. I lost my wallet once, but then I found it. But when I lost it, I got into like some trouble because I didn't have it when I needed it. Does that count?
That's a good question. I have to think about that one. I mean, I guess it would be my childhood home. I didn't lose that. It was sold, but it feels like I lost it. I miss being in my hometown. I miss that house a lot. That was like my parents' magnum opus. I don't think my dad would ever admit that. But it was their first home. I saw them buy their first home together. And my dad just was constantly always renovating it and redoing it and trying new things. And my bedroom there was just so me. It was like a huge, it was a good sized room. It was I was like 11 by 17. I had a huge closet. I had high vaulted ceilings. It was fun. All right, I have to read what Saw said. Buy childhood home back. Honestly, if I could, I would. I'll have to wait for them to put it back on the market. The people who bought it specifically because they liked what my dad did to it. So it's literally stayed the last 4 years in the same shape it is, which I think is really cool that they respected what my dad did that much.
Oh shoot! Oh man, when I was a little kid, I apologize, Ian. When I was a little kid, we had our house get broken into, and they stole my Nintendo 64, and I was super upset. I played it all the time. It was kind of, it's what I did, right? I did all my chores and everything just so I could get to come home and play it, and it was gone. So I don't know if that qualifies as losing it per se, versus so much as it someone taking it. But if it's something that I actually physically lost myself, I would say my class ring, because it was expensive and I shouldn't have lost it. That's an excellent question, though. I have not been asked that.
What's the thing you'd regret losing the most? Not talking about loved ones, dogs, youth, or opportunities. I mean a real tangible item, or anything you can qualify as property. Probably my original Nintendo. My Nintendo. I bought it in the year 2000. That's what's crazy. I bought one brand new 20 years ago. And so yeah, that. And all of my belongings that I had when I was a kid that my mum threw out because I moved and she didn't. And then she did, and then she just threw everything out.
I mean, a real tangible item or anything you can qualify as property. I would say my first car. My first car is a car that I cherished very much because it was a pastel yellow subcompact, and I remember slapping a hockey decal on it, and just like driving it everywhere. I even drove my friend, subject 11 or 30, one of the most important people in my entire life, around in it like years ago, in Las Vegas of all places. And one day I came home and I found out that my family sold the car without my consent or my knowledge, and that was like heartbreaking. So yeah, what about you, Ian?
What's the one thing that I would regret losing the most? Huh. An actual tangible item that would qualify as property that I would regret losing the most. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. I don't know. I think what I would probably end up regretting the most. Huh. That's completely different. No, like an actual like tangible object.
No, look.
Oh wait. Not talking about loved ones. Yeah. Yeah. I think mostly though I would probably have to go with. I mean, actually, wait. No. I just realized. Technically, well, I did not think about that. Give it to me. It makes sense. I know, but like, so, oh. What's the thing you regret losing the most? Oh, something I've actually lost. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I'm skipping that. Oh, I'm done. I mean, I've lost like 2 DSs. I've lost a bunch of Stilly bands. Those got stolen a long time ago. I'm not joking. That did happen. I've probably lost like a few games. Stuff I've lost. I can't really think. I actually can't.
Ian, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't regret anything. I really don't. I don't really live with regrets. I try not to live with them at all. I preach to my friends all the time that let things happen. There's a reason that it's happening. And I try not to dwell on losses at all.
Oh, I was just talking about that. I don't know if you heard, but the thing that I regret losing the most is that. That is what I regret losing the most. A Charizard holographic. Which now, even PSA 6, PSA 7. He's asking me what I regret losing the most. Dragon. Learn to read, Dragon, okay? Jesus. Look at this. Even a PSA 4. Like, I could burn a card in a PSA 4. Like, it would be a PSA 4.
The one thing that pops up to mind, which may not be of significance to many people, but back when the most recent thing that I had was that I lost, that I keep thinking about every day, and I just stress about, is that back when Fire Emblem Three Houses came out last year, around during the summertime, I pre-ordered the thing from GameStop. And so I got the pins, right? And I put the pin on my backpack, and then I went to class, and then it was gone. And then I cried internally, not externally, but internally. I was like, and that's my story. It literally got yoinked. It got yoinked.
An actual tangible item that I miss the most. That's really cool. That's a really fucking good question, dude. And Ian, how you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome. Something I missed the most. miss the most? An actual item. This is really random, but a grappling hook. I had a grappling hook. I swear to God, I got it for Christmas one time. It was one of the coolest Christmas presents I've ever gotten, and I have no idea where the fuck it is. I think I left it in the woods like so fucking long ago, but I think I'd probably say like the grappling hook, because it was so weird, because it was something I had to build. I had no idea I was building it because it was a Christmas present. But probably that. I think that one's up there. I think that is up there. It's super random, but it was like one of the coolest fucking Christmas presents I ever got. So I kind of miss my grappling hook.
I don't know that it's so much of a regret, but I had a coat that I really liked, and somebody broke into my car and stole it when I was like 20. That was kind of a sad day. And they broke my window, so that's like... Yeah, it was like a really good coat. I had it for like 5 years, and I really liked it, and it fit well.
Ian Zary, what's good, man? Good to see you. Says, what's the thing you regret losing the most? Not talking about loved ones, dogs, youth, or opportunities. I mean like a real tangible item or anything you can qualify as property. Gotcha. Ian, let me see here. The thing that, we about to go deep, Zary. I had a big wheel when I was, and for real though, this was the thing I regret losing the most. I had a big wheel, which is like a giant, like Tonka looking tricycle, when I was 11. And one day, at the end of my old block, there was a gas station. So I took my big wheel, this is like a 3-wheeled thing, and I went zoom zoom, and I went down to the gas station. I picked up like some Mike and Ike's. When I got back, some homie copped my big wheel. I was so sad. That was the longest walk back to my house ever. Who steals? Zary, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. That was trauma right there. Yeah. Dude, Ian, like literally, I was that was the day I lost trust in the world.
The one thing I regret losing the most. I regret getting rid of all my old Pokemon games. I had every game ever, Ian Zary. I had every game ever, and I don't know where they are. I'm sure I got rid of them. I'm sure I gave them to GameStop for $1 and a handkerchief and a toothpick, and they're all gone. If I could have them all back. One of them was my my copy of Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy Color. This was like 2-3 years ago. I literally went to the game store and gave it away for like $12 store credit. And it was my first Pokemon game ever. It was the first game I ever had, and it still had my OG save file on it. For some reason, the battery still worked, and I didn't even get to look at my team. That's probably the one thing. Ba, ba, ba.
Brother,
no.
I received your message well. It excites me to inform you about a cocked reserve.
Cock reserve?
Cock
Fret
will
not.
be sent your way soon.
Oh my god.